Hi, my name is Mrs. Youthy, and this is Forensic Science. I'm very excited to have your students in my class this year. Forensic Science is an awesome class. We have such a great time and we learn tons of science in the process. So students oftentimes absolutely love it, which is good. A little bit about the class. Forensic Science applies the knowledge of science to the art of solving crimes. So it kind of takes the science side of it and it uses it to teach students how to properly solve crimes with valid evidence. It's tons of hands-on learning and lots of real-life scenarios to apply their scientific knowledge. They'll do things like crime scenes, they'll do fingerprinting, all sorts of different activities. A little bit about myself. I graduated from the University of Colorado with a biology degree. My first couple of years at Goldwater, I taught biology, and then I was offered the class of forensic science and jumped right on it and said absolutely. And this is my 9th year teaching it, so I feel like we've got a pretty good rhythm down for how to get the kids the information for forensic science. If you take a look here, first semester and second semester is split up with the categories that we're going to go through. First semester, the students will do an intro to forensics and law, which is what they're doing right now. Then they'll take a look at evidence and how evidence is processed and the types of evidence that there are. And then we dive in from there to the crime scene, and students will get a crime scene and how to process the crime scene from start to finish. And then after that, we pretty much take a look at each piece of evidence individually and we determine how to read that evidence, how to analyze it, how to process it from a crime scene, and how to submit that evidence into court. So we go through fingerprints, hair, fibers, document analysis, and drugs first semester. And then they have deductive reasoning, which is just learning how to think like a crime scene investigator, and we do that throughout the entire semester. And then their expert testimonies, which we'll put those on hold until we get back into class in person. Second semester is toxicology and trace evidence, soil, glass, blood, DNA, entomology and human remains, which is like bugs on the bodies, firearms, tool marks, and impressions, and then again deductive reasoning will play a part throughout that whole semester. Students usually have a great time in class. They're usually very excited about what they're learning because it's really cool for them to be able to figure out, how to read a fingerprint, how to read blood spatter, how to analyze DNA, et cetera, et cetera. And then they're able to go out and apply all that scientific knowledge that they have into their different cases that they have. Forensics is a huge growing field. Most colleges now have forensic science degrees specifically. It's kind of like a medical track, and then they specifically focus in on the forensic side of it. So it's definitely, if it's an interest for your child, then that will be, it can be an amazing career path if taken. So I'm looking forward to having your students in class and getting to know you whenever we get back to school in person. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. On the website is my school phone number and also email. That's probably the quickest way. I also encourage you guys to become parents that are added on to your kids' Canvas accounts. That way you can check to see how they're doing with all of the work virtually online. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.